Welcome back to the Guitar Hour. We are officially returned after our very short break. Which was entirely my fault because I was on holiday in the north of Wales with no internet, no mobile phone reception. It was amazing.
Internet in Wales.
Well, apparently not. No. It was like there was one time where we went to a place called Aberdaron, and apparently they had Wi-Fi in all of the hotels. And we went round each of them and none of the routers worked. I think it's like, in Wales they just switch the internet off and they don't bother with it at all. But anyway, welcome back guys, thank you so much for joining us. I think this might be the most viewers that we've ever had at the beginning of a stream, so awesome. we are honoured to have you with us. Thank you so much guys. Yeah, welcome. As usual, well hopefully, first of all let me ask, can you hear us? Is everything working? Hopefully you can, because no one's saying that they can't. Everyone heard the theme music of Win, as Justin Bulmer called it. Welcome to all the regular watchers. I won't say your names out, there's too many of you, but welcome. You might notice something as well. We won't mention it yet, we'll just point at it and go, ooh, and then you can tell us all about it later. This is a proper NGD. Yeah. A proper NGD, because this arrived today, so we'll tell you more about it. Where we do our little news section. But as usual, I'm joined by Mr. David Beebee.
Hi guys.
Dave Bronze.
Me. No, that's me.
Yeah, it's really confusing.
You're not here.
And you can see the names today. It was my fault last time for having too much light. And then we've got Dave. It's another Dave.
We're all Dave.
We got Dan Smith.
Right there as well.
We call him Dave.
You're all
now.
Daves.
Yeah.
We've got Dave, Dave, and Dave. Or we could call you Doug. But it's Dan Smith as usual. We had a little break because, sort of mid-season break. We're going to do that usually for the Guitar Hour. Kenny Azazus, thank you so much for joining us on the stream and following. But next week is our final show of this season.
We say
it's the final show of the season.
Are we saying who it is?
Shall we? I think we'll keep it a secret for now. I think we'll keep it a secret. We'll announce it during the week, basically. We have fingers crossed, all being well, we have a fantastic star joining us next week that we're all very excited about and quite nervous about as well, because we love the guy. So now you know it's a guy. So start having a guess. You know it's a guy, and he's going to be joining us hopefully next week, all being well. So keep your fingers crossed for that. But yeah, next week is going to be the last show for season 1.
Yeah.
Then we're going to take a short break to have a curry and figure out the next season. We're not sure when it's going to start, but it shouldn't be too long.
Yeah,
it's not going
to be not going to be too long.
It's not going to be too long. So
keep it rocking.
Absolutely. So anything you guys want to say before we go into the news section? Anything you got to tell them that's not news related? Wondering if I'm forgetting anything.
Are we? Is it Nick?
Shall we do the beers?
What?
It's our special guest, the dude who's all over the internet.
Is it Nick Jonas? Oh man, poor Nick.
Oh, let's not even.
Actually, why am I saying poor Nick? The guy makes a fortune. He's fine.
Yeah.
I'm sure he recovered very quickly.
Are we going to talk about? Because last week, are we going to do a little recap on the topic and just say how that's been?
In fact, should we do that first? We'll say what beers we're drinking and then we'll do that first. So Dan actually has provided the beers for this week, and these are Cloudwater. It's a Manchester brewery, and I'm drinking Cloudwater Session IPA, which is 4.5%, which is just, we've gone for safe choices. One of us has got, who's got the...
Well, I've got the strong one.
Oh, he's pulled the short straw.
That's Winter Range, Cloudwater Winter Range, which I've never tried before, so thanks Dan. Let's see what it's like.
Suitably, I have the Epic Lager. Thanks Dan.
Epic Lager for an epic.
It'd be amazing if you did that. And it was like a guitar solo came out of the top of it.
Well, you wait till the jam.
This is a US Light Comet 3.6, so very light indeed.
So yeah.
Very tasty.
So the topic from last week was, is your mobile phone killing your creativity? And so we had a bit of a challenge on, didn't we? So I went cold turkey for about 3 or 4 days and didn't go on Facebook at all. And and then when I came back on Facebook, I just went on just in the evenings and just put a little thing on.
Do we believe him?
Checked, well, you have to go back. Checked my feed, and then my reflection is actually, I haven't taken a proper break of just 3 or 4 days, is how miserable Facebook makes me, actually.
Oh yeah, totally.
So
I couldn't agree more.
Scrolling through the feed and seeing all people having a go. So it's been interesting. So I think I'm going to try and be, what I've learned is I'm going to try and be more disciplined and not go on it as much.
Okay.
Because obviously I have to be on it, because for career stuff.
Absolutely, same as all of us.
But when I was off it, I felt I didn't miss it, man.
I have to say, my week in Wales, I absolutely did not miss the internet at all. In fact, the only thing that I found frustrating was every time there was a small road, an A road that we would drive down that gave me the tiniest bit of internet for about 30 seconds, and my phone went absolutely nuts. Ding 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 ding. So many messages after like 3 or 4 days of not having internet. But apart from that, didn't miss it at all. And I felt so much more relaxed in general.
Yeah, I think it's been a
nice.
cool experiment.
I've had a pretty good experience with it in that I was trying to do the opposite of you guys, and I have,
As usual.
and so yeah, which is quite good. I took the time in the week's break with no guitar. I did a couple of live streams just practicing.
I saw
Oh,
those.
yeah, I saw a bit of that.
And yeah, which was really good fun, and in a way, like you're saying about it relaxing you, just in with me doing this and getting used to talking to the camera on my own without my 3 teammates. That was really good, and it's helping me relax playing more. So
Good.
So I'm having some good experiences with using it a little bit more. So.
Great.
Excellent. Apparently we've got some minor audio issues, but fingers crossed us. I think it's Twitch, guys, because we've got good levels here. Nothing's changed. I think it's possibly Twitch, and some people are experiencing it, some people aren't. So apologies for that. It's like a bit of interference on the right and the left channel, just being a bit strange. So sorry, guys. It's probably just the way Twitch is streaming. I've not dropped any frames, and we've not got any audio issues here. So apologies.
Sorry.
Wind. We did have a beef casserole beforehand, so there might be some wind later.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move into the news. And we haven't got a lot of news, but we've got one piece of very interesting news that will excite you. So let's move into the news. Okay, so the big news, we think it's big news, Mr. Beebee certainly thinks it's big news, is that Mr. Beebee is no longer sporting a purple guitar, so I've taken up the reign with a purple Fibonacci. He now has a blue Suhr Classic. Tell us about this, sir.
So how long have you owned this guitar?
I've owned this guitar for about 4 hours.
And the really annoying thing for him is it arrived. It was delivered via DPD, right?
Yes. Yeah,
and he unboxed it as quick as he could, and then took it out of the case and took a picture of it, and then he had to come round here. So he had to put it straight back in the case and come round here. So
and then I had to be very social in the kitchen drinking coffee, thinking, oh, it's sitting in the hallway, just sitting there. I need to get my hands back on it. Yeah. So this is I've been going through guitar dilemmas for quite some time, just trying to decide what to buy. I was coming at the end of the tax year, and then on the last,
that's the main reason.
the last day yesterday, I just did it, and yeah, I bought it. So in fact, I think he's probably watching Sir Ted, Mr. Markey.
Mr. Markey, yeah, I'm going to move my guitar out of the way.
He's the reason I went for a classic, because I'd never contemplated classic before. I'd always looked at it thinking that's going to feel like a Strat, because they look very Strat.
Yeah.
And then I tried his infamous drip
Magic
blue classic from
that
2004.
thing is mental.
This is it. Ed
Yeah.
Markey's blue. He's got a blue drip classic.
From 2004 or something.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. I'll go as far as to say it's probably one of the best guitars I've ever played in my
It's
life.
definitely the best guitar I've ever touched. It was absolutely astonishing.
Did he not let you play it? Just went,
No, in fact, I've
felt
told
the
him he's
mojo.
not allowed to let me ever play it again, because this will only then disappoint me, because it's that good. But the point being that, having been introduced to the idea of a classic, then Tom and I went to guitar the next day and tried out a bunch of Suhrs.
I just love the way that when you were saying that, then you remembered the first word of the company. For some reason, couldn't remember the second name.
Yeah,
Which
so
is
good they named it twice.
Oh, funny.
Amazing. Yeah, forgetting my words.
Sorry, that's my
You went to
fault.
guitar to try one out.
Yeah.
Yes, so I tried out a bunch of Suhrs, tried some moderns and some classics, and this certainly jumped out, I think, to both of us.
I think
as
so,
being
yeah.
stunning. And it just feels, because the thing is, I thought it would feel very Strat-like, but it's kind of a bit Stratty, but it feels much more modern, much faster, more contoured, so the neck access is much greater.
The neck, the finish on the neck is great as well.
Beautiful satin finish. It's got this an SSV in the bridge, and then the new V70s, which are...
That's an SSV, not an SSV Plus.
I don't know, actually, maybe it is.
I know this is super geek territory, but makes a difference to the output.
So yeah, it's a cool, like, black contrast of the pickup, and then these are pretty quiet.
Now,
Which is-
there's a caveat to this, which is my studio is
So-
ridiculously noisy.
Is that you turning up there?
Yeah, that was me turning up.
Okay, so that's, and if I turn up, in comparison, it's really, really quiet.
Yeah,
So-
whatever.
So-
I'm only joking. But just go through the different pickup combinations, because obviously on my guitar,
I might get this wrong.
if I switch to the position 4, it's a little bit quieter compared to position 5. Now yours is the same
So I'm on the neck pickup at the moment.
on the humdinger.
Yeah. So the single coil, front single coil, that's to the two of those. Middle, it's a little bit noisy maybe. Different. And then that's, I don't know what position 4 does. I mean, can anyone? Ed, do you know what position 4 is on this? Is it
What are you calling 4?
as in like the
You're
fourth?
calling 4.
So
I would
1,
call
2, 3, 4.
I would call that 2.
Okay, so 2, whatever that.
I would imagine it splits the
humble.
humdinger, so you've got basically these
That.
two. in
You know how to
parallel.
find out though, don't you? You just tap it with a
Yeah.
screwdriver.
Right.
I don't want to give him a screwdriver and make him tap his brand new guitar.
I'm not going to do that. Just not maybe tomorrow. Yeah, and then
When he's put the first ding in it.
yeah, and then the humbucker.
So give us a quick audio demonstration.
Yeah. So
Seeing as we're nearly 12 minutes in and we're
Oh,
still on the
dear.
news.
I should be talking about this.
Sorry about my chair, guys.
What's neck pickup, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is dry, right?
This is in fact
Just
totally dry.
just
yeah.
explain your signal path briefly for everybody.
Signal path is going 1 plur ego, 1 plur tumnus, 1 plur dual fusion, another new little box, a JHS Andy Timmons drive pedal, and then Strymon timeline.
But at the moment, all that's switched off.
Other than to put the timeline on.
Yep,
So
if you want.
and the delay.
And he's going through the axe effects.
Adult chords.
You get to hear the distorted tone in the jam layer.
I just realised I'm really out of tune. Has anyone got a T6?
Yes.
Yeah,
There you go,
thank you. Okay, sorry. Keep.
Oh, a bit louder. So I'll put some drive on and go through a couple more sounds. So on the vintage channel with the dual fusion, and again neck pickup.
It's very stratty, that isn't it?
So that's position 5. You say then that one to the
I would
closest to
I would call that position 5. Yeah.
the- Okay.
I didn't even look, but because he said.
Yeah. So then 4.
That's really, really woody.
Just the proper.
Really nice and woody.
Middle. And then 2, which I guess I'm not 100% sure on what it's doing at the moment.
Just gonna keep playing. I'm just gonna take a little bit of your bass out.
Very transparent, that, isn't
What was
it?
that? I thought I recognised it. Yeah, blue and green. We were playing blue and green.
And then the humbucker.
You've got to show us on the Andy Timmons. Marshall in a box. Oh, sorry, it's clipping ever so
I'll just
slightly.
turn the-
You can be a little bit louder than that. Yeah.
Great thing about this is how nicely it cleans up.
What's that, the Andy Timmons
Yeah.
pedal or the guitar?
Both actually,
Yeah.
because these single coils will clean up beautifully.
interesting in terms of listening wise. Just, yeah, so that's pretty much it. I mean, it's just nothing super flashy or porno, but
That's good though. It's good.
Did you want to work in?
I wanted something that's gonna. I'm gonna be able to. I'm not gonna be terrified to gig. I'm something that's gonna be a professional. It's my first real kind of. What I would class, I guess, as a high-end professional level guitar.
Your gem will be absolutely.
Oh yeah, but come on, I can't function gig.
I'm
my
joking.
gem.
I'm joking.
I mean, it's like
Turning up to your jazz gig with your gem.
Bruno Mars on a gem.
yeah. I mean, so it's the first one that I can actually take out the house. That I don't have to like be embarrassed to play. So.
I love it.
I'll miss the red hibernate first.
I don't know why you'd ever be embarrassed to play a guitar. I mean,
Someone there with Magneto's helmet.
I remember the first time you said that, I nearly fell off. I don't know what I was sitting on, but I nearly fell off what I was sitting on.
So
Okay,
there we go. Yeah. Thanks.
so time to move on because we don't really have any other news, but we thought you'd be interested, and we were certainly interested. And that's actually the first time we've really heard it in depth, and it's pretty spectacular. It reminds me a lot of my old classic, actually.
Oh, with the maple, the roasted.
Yeah,
maple.
realistically, the only big difference is it had a maple fretboard and it had the roasted museum-grade bird's eye maple, which was pretty
yeah,
common.
yeah.
But that makes pretty much no difference to the sound. And it had different pickups.
Controversial.
Yeah.
Don't we have a question about that
To
later?
do-
Tone Woods.
I don't think
Let's
we
not
should
start
go
on Tone
No,
Woods.
no, no.
Let's not go
Not,
there.
not this season.
Okay, so guys, what we're going to do is we're going to move into... This is going to be really interesting. We've got Dan's challenge. Now, this is very different this week. We are, for popular demand, going to bring back the card challenge at some point.
Yeah.
Probably not next time because we got
Probably
our
next.
start.
We'll do it next
season.
season.
But yeah, next season we'll bring back the
We'll
card
add more-
challenge because
add
it
more
was
to
very,
it.
very good indeed, and it was
great.
hilarious for us.
If I was scared of the last challenge, I'm terrified of this one.
Oh, I'm terrified too.
We could potentially actually fail this one, I think.
It's a bronze off. He's going to be great at it.
I think possibly we will fail at this one. So let's move into Dan's challenge. Dan, tell us about your challenge. Oh, by the way, before we do this, of course, as usual, get voting in that straw poll, guys. I know some of you have mentioned it. If anybody wants to copy and paste that straw poll into the chat again, it's quite difficult, isn't it? Trying to point. What were you pointing at there, Dave?
Well, I wonder what I was pointing out first.
I think I was.
So it's http://strawpoll.me/7296983. We really need to sort that out so we have a better URL for that, but that's the URL that straw poll give us. So get voting in there. Be as cruel or as kind as you wish to be. By the way, we have a track in there that a good friend of ours, Fabian Ratzak, put together. So check that out as well, because Fabian has started doing some cool backing tracks. So
Thanks,
that's a nice
Fabian.
one. Yeah, thanks, Fabian. If you're watching.
Oh,
Go on. Oh, yes, of course. We are going to be giving away some prizes. You see, I knew there was stuff I was supposed to say at the beginning.
Yeah.
I had that feeling I'd missed something. We're going to give away some prizes. We've got a T-shirt.
yeah, t-shirt and a courtesy of this good chap.
Yeah, my album.
And one of
Based
Dave's
on a
albums.
True story. Yeah.
I'm very bad because I haven't sent out the DVDs yet, which I will be sending out. Don't worry. I've got his details. They need to be sent out, but I went away to Wales and forgot, so they're going to be sent out this week for you. I apologise. But yeah, we've got Dave's album, a copy of Dave's album. Will you sign it, Dave?
I will sign it.
Dave will sign it, and then we've got a T-shirt. Dave's not wearing. Mr. Beebe's not wearing his guitar.
It's in the wash at the moment.
Okay, that's
so.
good to know that you washed them. So, with that said, get voting in the straw poll. The raffle, I will announce how to... Oh, thank you so much, Psych Jams GLC 3344 and Joe Hayes 97 for posting that. You all seem to have done it at the same time, but that's brilliant. The raffle we're going to do after we've done our main jam, because we're going to do a jam today, as opposed to one of us playing one of our tunes, which will come back at some point. I'll probably play a couple more tunes off my album at some point. We're going to do a jam over a track that was selected by a friend of ours, and then we'll do the poll jam. But for now, Dan's going to introduce his challenge.
Yeah, so this is kind of an offshoot of the card thing, but it's mainly inspired by this crazy Japanese sort of guitar game show with Paul Gilbert and Marty Friedman.
Which, if you've not seen it, get on YouTube and type in.
What the way they do it is one of them names a band, and then the other one has to name the guitarist, and then point at the guy, and then they have to either play like a riff or a lick or something from that. So what we're going to try and do in the least amount of time possible is try and get through the alphabet by either playing a riff. So
The entire alphabet in this challenge.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
But we can all. Well, we were initially it was going to be like taking turns, but we're just going to jump in. So
I think we're going to fail.
So if we get to D
miserably.
and you've got one for D, just like D. And
So
then
it's the band name or a song by a band of that?
No, it's a band
It has
name.
to be band name.
Or
Band
an
name.
artist.
or maybe like potentially a guitar player. So if
Okay.
you like kind of
Right.
like we did with the thing. So if you have BB
Right.
King and you could just say BB King and then play anything.
You know why this is bad is because we don't really play riffs, so we don't know the riffs. It's going to be awful. So we'll start with.
Oh wait, are we going to mention we're doing the lifeline thing to try and help us get through it, or
If we need it, we have access to the internet 3 times in 3 different ways.
yeah.
We can look up a tablature, which is going to be awful, or we can look up a video on YouTube, or we can use an audio file on my computer. But hopefully we won't need to do that because
Yeah.
it's full of jazz. I don't know how that's going to work. Okay, so we'll start at A.
So we're going to try and do it in the least amount of time possible.
To race the place of ACDC. Right, so
I'm not allowed to do that yet.
are we keeping an eye on
So
this?
when this turns to 22, we'll go right.
All right. And
So we're
then
going to see how many minutes, how small we can, how quick we can do it in, and then see if you can.
if it all goes really badly, have we got a time cut off, or we just have to?
Yeah, no, we'll just say we failed.
We'll just
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, but if I do that, it doesn't work.
So
Okay.
that's A, B,
Hey.
and
then- Okay, C. Where did I play the wrong key? Okay,
D.
D.
Alright.
Under a glass moon.
E.
Oh, no.
It's got to be Eagles, but I can't think of where it goes.
Eric Clapton.
I can't.
That's enough.
F.
F.
F. 3.
Oh.
I can't play that either.
G.
G.
Oh.
It's a good thing you're here. What are we on? H.
H. Oh, H. Come on the feed. H.
H.
Help us out, guys. H.
Oh, I know it's not a band. It's not. They're not allowed
That's,
to, that's a song.
yeah.
Hotel California.
What's that? Is it holes? Like. Do you know what?
That'll
do you
do.
know what I mean?
That'll do. I do know
H.
what you mean.
H.
Hold.
Yeah, that wasn't quite right, but.
I. Oh man, this is so difficult.
Uh,
Helmet. That doesn't help. I.
The band.
Oh, what?
Oh, that's
No, that's a
Iron
song,
Man.
that's
Oh,
a
Tony
song.
Iommi. Can I have that?
No,
H.
Iron Maiden.
I.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, well, okay. J.
Just Satriani. Now I can hear a King's X riff in my head, but I can't remember how to play it.
Oh, I know one.
Yes.
Summerland in my past. Days are full and I know it will last. Summerland.
L.
L.
Led Zeppelin, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
M.
Megadeth. Somebody
Yeah,
knows
oh,
Megadeth.
Yeah.
Oh, Metallica.
We're making our time way worse by getting too late to play. N.
I don't even know my alphabet. Never mind the riffs.
N.
L, M, N, N.
Anyone know Nuno?
You know.
That's, oh yeah, that'll
Well,
do.
that's it.
Like
That'll do.
Something like that.
Well, you
Oasis.
No. I was going to say Crazy Train. That would have been far cooler.
I just had One Direction in my head.
Me?
P.
P.
Pink Floyd.
Pantera.
Oh man, do you know some Pantera riffs?
Come
on, Cowboys riff.
Good life.
I've gone.
Lifeline. Pantera.
No, can't remember it.
I used to know.
PPP, Porcupine Tree. I don't know any Porcupine Tree.
Can you just not give it?
Yeah. Q has to be. Oh, I love that riff.
Okay, so. Rainbow.
Oh, yes, I know what you're going to play.
Oh shit, where's it go right?
Down.
I can't remember it.
No, nor can I. No, I can't remember it either.
What is it?
It's Rage Against the Machine.
Ah, yeah.
I know it, hang on. No, I don't.
It's not quite right, but it'll do. Rage
Yeah.
Against the Machine, yeah?
Yeah.
T.
S.
S. Oops, I don't know my alphabet. S. Steve Vai.
Here we go.
I played that slightly wrong. T. What?
T-Rex.
U.
Oh, what are we on?
What were we?
T.
Okay, yeah.
T-Rex. Okay.
What comes after T in the alphabet?
U.
How can we be so bad at this?
You.
Undertones?
You too.
Oh,
You
yeah,
too.
of course.
Go on.
Do we know any?
As if I know any U2.
Stick the timeline on.
What's the Sunday Bloody Sunday? How's that go? There we go. Oh, well, dude.
Amazing. Ed Markey's written Ultravox.
Oh, yeah,
Nice.
Here we go.
Wow. Okay, V.
Van Halen.
Let's do this one. Oh, sorry, no, it's not right, is it? Can't remember what it does at the end. W.
White Snake.
Here I go again. Does anyone know it?
Is there anything else? W.
Oh, yeah.
White Stripes.
White
Yeah,
Stripes.
nice. W. Oh, now the difficult one. X. This is where we might lose this challenge.
I'm going to make one up. Zentrix.
Zentrix. Okay, that can be our get out of jail free card. That's brilliant. They've got one of those logos that you can't read. That's just like spiky mess,
Yeah,
like
that's
someone
it, yeah.
screwed up some wire wool. And then
Z.
No, why?
Y.
Oh,
Oh, man.
Nice work.
Oh.
It had to be really, didn't it? And then Z.
Z.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, what time are we on?
29:55.
That was appalling.
7 minutes?
Oh, well.
But we're not riff machines.
No, we're
In
not.
fact, I thought we
8
did quite
minutes.
well there.
That's
Is it 8
better
minutes?
than I expected.
So that was 8
7
minutes.
7 minutes.
7 minutes.
7 minutes. You got to beat 7 minutes, guys. We want to see video evidence. Don't just post the time. You've got to stream it or record it like we just did.
Sweating
That was-
after that. That was good though.
You genuinely are sweating.
I think
Wow.
we started off strong in the early letters.
I've
and
got
then
to
I
say,
climbed
for
up at the
me,
end.
if I know we weren't competing to win the challenge, but Dan seemed. I mean, the Ingram
Yeah, these
Malmsteen is a
two
little,
really.
yeah.
I rattled them off at the beginning, like up to G.
Yeah.
I just don't haven't played riffs for so long that I just can't remember any.
I tend
It's
to.
terrible.
I think it's to do with how you learn guitar as well. It's like I
like
don't think I know hardly any piece all the way through.
Yeah, I'm the same.
I just learn the bits I like, nick them and put them in a composition. That's it.
It's all stealing.
It's all stealing. Yeah.
Okay, so that's Dan's challenge. Another
That's hard.
great challenge from Dan.
Great stuff,
Thanks,
Dan.
Dan.
We will come back to the cards at some point. The cards are just over there, but we won't do it today. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Do your own version. Send us the video evidence or upload it to YouTube. We will now move into our main theme. So, for some reason, our transition... I'm going to get you to record that, and that can be the thing for... It's the guitar hour. For all the transitions. Alright, guys, so our main theme for today, I'm going to let Dave introduce this as normal. But we're basically talking about networking, aren't we?
Yeah, so networking is a thing that I think a lot of you guys watching might be interested to know about. Basically, when I started going in full time to doing my music composition stuff and quit my normal job about, it's almost 3 years ago now, my main thing didn't know how to do is network. How do you meet the people that are going to help you get a bit further along? So I guess I'll share a few insights that I've learned, mainly by doing stuff wrong, and hopefully it'll be useful for you guys who are looking to just get people in that are going to help you. I mean, and learn how to network. So I think the first thing I learned is starting out with, I didn't know anybody really in the industry. I didn't know anybody at all. And the first thing I've learned is, my first tip is be patient. So there's always a rush of trying it to be now. So you send someone an email and it's like, can you check out my album and can you give me some advice now. And one thing I've really learned is it really takes a long time, and the most important thing is build a friendship first, and don't go in with the mindset of I'm going to go into this to see what I can get out of it. I've learned that going in, just being a friendly person and seeing if you can be really helpful, and then if further down the line that person turns around and says, oh yeah, I can help you out, or not, then you've lost nothing if all you've been is being really helpful and friendly. So be patient is my top super tip. My second tip comes from a book called The Go-Giver. The Go-Giver is one of those cheesy self-help books, which generally I hate, but the advice that says the Go-Giver is always make it about the other person. So if you're viewing to network, don't think about what you're going to get out of it. Think about just really taking an interest in who you're talking to and being genuinely interested. So if you're going to contact somebody, don't be the kind of guy who doesn't take any time to check out their music or find out about them or ask them how they are. Be the kind of guy who's really genuinely interested in. Oh yeah, the Go-Giver. And what I've found is, just by being patient and being friendly and helpful and generous, because that's the main principle of the book, if you're generous, I found that people have been super generous to me. Yeah. Yep. So just this week, a guy's given me a bass amp, I've been given a keyboard, all sorts of mad stuff. And generally I've found that people, if you're an alright kind of guy, people really want to help you.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
If you're respectful. And the other thing is what I found out with this kind of being patient and putting people's needs and before yours, is that before you know it, people genuinely are hooking you up and seeking you out and trying to and helping you along. So I'd say in network, that things that I found is people do want to be helpful, people do want to share secrets, but you've kind of got to be really genuine. And this is the final thing I'll say on this. One thing I found, that if you start really genuinely putting the third person first, it becomes second nature, and before you know it, you find yourself asking people and being more kind and more generous and being kind of a cool guy. You just get to the point where it goes beyond thinking on networking, it just becomes like a natural
It's like good conversational skills, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've all had conversations with people that, if you ask them
They just
how
want
they
to
are,
talk all the time.
yeah, they're just not interested in what you've got to say or what you've been up to. They just want to tell you what they're waiting to get out.
I think my worry as well is that it'd be a bit fake if you're always like, and that kind of thing of being a bit false. But I found that I didn't find that at all. It's like because I'm being sincere and genuine, and eventually it just becomes like part of who you are and what you're doing.
I think other people generally people like to do nice things for other people. And if you think of all of the musicians that you meet throughout your career, there's a lot of people that you could do nice things for, and the people that you choose to do nice things for are the people who are genuine, are sincere, they treat you with respect.
People appreciate it as well.
Yeah, well, the same. I mean, they're people that in any walk of life, not just music, like in business transactions or whatever. They're the kind of people that do well because they are nice, polite, genuine people. You just treat people with respect, basically.
Yeah.
And that kind of leads into the point that's written down there for me, because I guess you guys, can come in with whatever you want, and there's nothing written on the sheet, but drop in whatever you want. But one of the things that I get a lot, and I guess you must get this as well, Dave, is people sending us, and you guys will get this as well, obviously, people asking us to share their music.
Oh yeah.
So
you get like a friend request on Facebook, and then you'll think, all right, accept it, and then seconds later you get a message saying, check out my stuff.
So that's classic impatient approach.
Yes, absolutely. It's like an insistence that you share their music. Now, the reason I call it an insistence is not because people do actually insist, but if you've got to think about the situation or the scenario you're putting the other person in. So when someone asks me to share some of their music, if I choose not to do that, the person hasn't given me a way to get out of it. And when I say to get out of it, what I mean is by saying something along the lines of, hi Tom or hi Dave or whoever, I thought I'd share my music with you. If you like it, feel free to share it. If you don't do that, or don't feel like you want to share it, no problem at all. Now there is the get out of jail free card, or there is the clause that allows me to say, oh, I'm really sorry, I don't feel comfortable doing that, without feeling like a complete arse, basically. Without feeling like I'm doing something wrong by saying no. Because if you just write, hi Tom, hi Dave, hi Dan, hi David or whatever, here's my music, could you please share it on your Facebook page, full stop. Or even if you write thanks after that. If I then say no, I feel like I'm doing, I'm the arse, basically. I'm not very nice, yeah. Whereas in actual fact, I might feel very uncomfortable sharing other people's music on my page. And in the past, me sharing other people's music on my page has got me into arguments with people and into having issues because I've shared something and someone's read something into the fact that I've shared it. Whereas all I'm doing is a favour for somebody. So I actually have a flat policy now that I won't share anything that people send me on my Facebook page unless I was going to share it anyway. But what you should really think about is giving somebody a way out of the situation that you're putting them in by just sending them a message. Always have a way of sort of saying, okay, well, but if you don't want to do that, that's totally cool, I totally understand. And that might seem like that's implied in your message anyway, but remember, when you network online as opposed to in person, they can't read the subtleties of the subtleties of the tone in your voice or the body language, and sending a smiley at the end doesn't help you with that at all.
Emojis don't make
don't make a difference. There is no emoji that's like, unless you send a Monopoly get out of jail free card as an emoji, that might work.
I used to carry one of those around in my wallet for quite a bit.
Oh, right, interesting.
They don't work.
Dan often in jail. So yeah, just be aware of that. Basically, that you whenever you're networking with anybody, also as opposed to just thinking about what you can get out of it, you don't even have to think about what they can get out of it, but just think about what you're asking them to do and think about it from their perspective. If they say yes or no to this, have I allowed them to be able to say yes or no? And if they say no, don't take it personally. Absolutely don't take it personally. It's not a slight or an affront to your music or your ability to play or you as a person at all. This is somebody, remember, that most times, say 99 times out of 100, you'll never have met. They probably don't know who you are, or if they do, they've probably got a million other things to do that day. They've probably got their own music that they're thinking about. They might be in the middle of a lesson. And this is the only other thing I would say as far as networking goes. And we've talked about internet etiquette before, so I don't want to go too into that. Internet etiquette. But if you send someone a message online, there seems to be this we talked about this a little bit last time, there seems to be this big thing that if someone doesn't answer within 30 seconds, people take it as an absolute affront to their being. Just remember that when you send someone a message online, even if they've read it and they get the tick on Facebook and it shows you that they've read it, they might be in the middle of something. They might be in the middle of a recording session. They might be on a flight with internet, and they don't want to reply at that point. They might be sleeping. Think about differences in time zones, so on and so forth. So, if someone doesn't reply to you, or if somebody, if you don't get the response that you want, it's not a personal attack on you. Just one of the things you have to learn when you start networking online is that, you've got to be very patient and understanding of other people's lifestyles.
Can I just to close the topic, just share just quickly, so I've got endorsement with Jade and Rose and also Wampler Pedals, and both those things are just not me trying to get an endorsement, but just being friendly, and eventually Jaden contacted me, and so did Jason from Wampler, just saying, are you interested in doing our gear? And that was I think for the Wampler thing, it might have been 2 and a bit years of chatting with Jason, with no motive to try and become a Wampler person, but just literally really get on with Jason. He's become a really great mate, and it just can't happen naturally. I think that is my experience in networking. Is that it's just
just being a good
being
guy.
a good guy.
Well, that's how relationships work in real life. So why should they work any other way when you're online? Just being a good guy.
Definitely a good shout.
Yeah,
It's not just being right, there's that guy. I'm gonna go talk to him because I want to get this out of him. Because that's
they sense it as well. If all you go, say if you go to a trade show and all you go into chat is and here, check out my CD and can I have some free stuff. I mean,
they know.
They know. They're so used to it. There's no point.
Jason can tell you
no point doing
serious stories about this kind of stuff, but.
And also going to a trade show, and with this I really will finish, and sitting there and playing sweet picking licks for 10 hours, nobody's going to walk past from Didaria, for example, and endorse you just because you can shred like a
sweep
machine.
the balls.
It just doesn't work. So please stop going to trade shows and doing that.
All the Hollywood shit. It doesn't work. Dave is correct.
I hope that was useful, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
What was that phrase about certain percent of businesses done at the bar or something like that? That's the phrase,
yeah.
right? And it's kind of true, because if you go to a trade show, you end up hanging out with these guys
Absolutely.
in the bar afterwards.
Absolutely.
And that's when things happen. It doesn't,
That's because we're pissed.
Well, yeah, exactly.
It's when all the best things happen. Okay, so anything else anyone wants to add before I roll this down again and we do some playing?
No.
By the way, guys, if you ever think of any, we get lots of questions, and a couple of people have done this actually, which is quite interesting. If you ever think of any main topics you'd like us to cover, not things like how do I shred a super Locrian scale all over the fretboard, but interesting. I mean, that's an interesting topic. Don't get me wrong, but interesting topics that will give us some debate and discussion within either guitar playing or career or whatever, music in general.
Or relatively positive stuff, don't we?
We don't want to get super
discuss.
negative. Yeah, exactly. We don't want to get super negative, but positive discussions or things that are interest of you. Drop us a line on the Guitar Hour Facebook page or on Twitter, not Twitch. You can do it on Twitch. You can send messages on Twitch and we'll get those. But it's better if you do it on Facebook or Twitter. And we'll put those into the pot for future discussions.
And if you do manage to do any cool networking, thanks to the tips we've given you, please let us know as well.
Oh yes, that's a very good point.
And give us some free gear.
See, Dan's always networking. Always networking.
Somebody was telling me about a book that was kind of to do with networking, but it was about being lucky. Like obviously luck is not really a thing, but apparently you're more lucky the bigger your networking circle is.
Right.
For instance, if you're, say, you were trying to find a cheap 5-string bass, if you didn't know anyone, it'd be much harder to come by one. But if you've got all these different networks and all these little circles going, somebody might have one and it's like, oh, that's lucky, this guy's uncle's got one. It's not really lucky, it's just that you know loads of people.
Yeah, I think the other thing with networking which we haven't mentioned is going to the next level just above you as well. Say if I went to Steve Vai and said, Steve, listen to my record, he's probably not going to, but say the next person up, so if you're just starting out, who's the biggest band in town, and then who's the biggest band in the
This
county?
is a nice thing to say, because you
level.
said this. Yeah, you said this before. And I think it's a really, really important point to take on board. Just being aware of, where is the next level to network with. as opposed to aiming too high and always being disappointed. You know, it's quite important. And again, just be polite. Don't go in with any expectations. Just be really polite, really nice. Don't be pushy. If someone doesn't respond, don't send them 15 more messages. You know, so on and so forth.
Why don't you love me?
Yeah, exactly. Oh man. You know, so hopefully some of that is useful. What we're going to do now is do a little bit of playing. Normally at this point, up to now with the guitar, one of us plays a tune, but we thought it'd be nice for us to have a jam that we've selected.
Yeah.
And as I say, our very good friend Fabian Ratzak sent us some backing tracks. And Fabian, I can never pronounce. Is it Fabian or Fabian?
Maybe you can let us know.
Maybe Fabian can let us know. I feel terrible because I met Fabian in 2014, and he's a super nice guy, but I can't remember how he pronounced his name. He probably didn't say it. He's a fantastic player, great tone, great touch, really good harmonic knowledge. So yeah, he's a really good player. Check him out on Facebook or YouTube. He sent us a list of backing tracks, potential ones to play over, and we kind of picked this one. So let's go into our hands-on section where we play.
So can I start with a disclaimer? Because we always.
You can, but I'm going to do the raffle first, and then you can do your disclaimer. So guys, while we're playing, we're going to be doing our raffle. Now, if you've ever watched the Guitar Hour before, if you've watched any streams on Twitch, you'll already know what you're supposed to type in for the raffle. But if you've not done it before, in order to win either a signed copy of Dave Bronze's truly fantastic album, it really is a great album, or to win a truly fantastic Guitar Hour t-shirt in your choice of colour and size, with black and white basically. But your choice of size, so long as it's extra large. No, I'm joking. You can have whatever size you like. You need to type in !raffle, RAFFLE. Exclamation mark at the beginning and then raffle, all lowercase please guys. So type in an exclamation mark raffle and you will be entered automatically, and then I have a system here which will randomly pick one of you guys for each prize. So type in exclamation mark raffle, hopefully in a second I'll see those going in. But yeah, this track, sorry, he's going to do his disclaimer first.
No, it's disclaimer away. Whenever there are changes I get scared.
It's fine, because one of us always, usually the person who's playing their own tune, gives some kind of disclaimer. So Dave's worried about this because there are, excellent, we've got lots of raffles coming in.
I get scared without changes.
Because I'm the same.
It's like,
yeah, the less changes, the worse it is. So yeah, Dave's worried because it's got changes in it. It has got some changes in, but
yeah, I'm the token. If this was Top Gear, I'd be the dumb one. Who's that, Jeremy? I don't know.
Probably. So this backing track is from a YouTube channel called Backing Track Ninja, and it's another one of these scenarios where you've got these great backing tracks, and this guy's got just over 1,000 subscribers. Speaking of which, me being as guilty as the rest, I've just subscribed to his channel, or her channel. So this is basically on Backing Track Ninja, we've got soul stroke R&B backing track in F major. I'll try and get this into the chat at some point. My word, we've got a lot of you entering the raffle.
Yeah.
Keep going, guys.
Raffle hype.
Ted Mould Sturbs. Basically, we're talking about you can win some prizes by typing in exclamation mark raffle. Barry Sears, you've typed baffle. You need to type raffle. Type it again, and you might win even more prizes. Barry, your DVDs will be going out tomorrow, so I apologise for not having sent those out yet. Unless you'd like me to bring them to Spain, of course, because Barry's coming to Spain for the Guitar Retreat Spain, which we still have a couple of places available for, guys. So if you want to check out guitarretreatspain.com, you can get a week's worth of lessons with me in Spain in June.
Pat's written waffle.
Exclamation mark waffle. People, you need to type the word correctly or you can't win. So, I've probably just shouted at you.
Waffle as well.
Why? You people need to.
Yander's 85.
Yanders, guys, you'll not be entered. Oh, you also did it correctly.
Truffle. People are just trolling now, aren't they?
Little trickster.
I love it. So Big Bad Waffle's going to win a truffle, and if he types Big Back exclamation mark waffle, he might win a waffle too. All right, guys.
Should we jam?
We're going to jam.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's all getting a bit crazy. Any preferences to who starts?
I think I should start.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to have to do some balancing. So you start, Dave. It's still going. You can go around as many times as you like, though.
Okay.
Do some more tapping.
That's almost really good.
Whoa! I'll go next.
you've got to get to the end of the chorus.
Oh man, I run out of my
You're nearly there, you're nearly there.
Oh, okay, good.
Right, I'll take it back for you. Alright, Dan.
Oh,
We'll have one more go each.
no, please.
No, that's fine.
No more.
I've got to hear Dan play over it again.
That chord is so nice.
Oh. Check us out, Dan.
kick off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. So I'm now going to draw the raffle.
Yes.
We've had a load of entries. Let's see what comes up. Roll. I'm doing it wrong. The winner is. I love this username. I love this username so much. Ball bag.
What was that for?
That's for the album.
Ah, cool. Right.
So that's ball bag.
Ball bag.
You've won. Ball bag. I'm gonna just.
Good job, ball back.
Ball bag. I'm gonna quickly send you a message on Twitch. I'm presuming you've signed up because you've got a username. So if you want to send me a reply with your address, we will get that album out to you. It's going to be a really impolite message because I haven't got time to write. It just says, "Hi Ballbag, send address details." I haven't got any more time to send another message. I don't want to have people sat here waiting.
Context.
Oh no, it needs a subject. Right, I'll tell you what. I'm not going to forget Ballbag, am I?
Yeah, we'll say it.
So we'll get that.
We'll get ball bags.
I have to say, it's funny doing that jam. Like, obviously, I'm not a changes player, and I had no idea if I was anywhere near the end or not. And but I just really enjoyed the playing of you guys.
Dude, it sounded great. There were some really nice compliments
So,
for your playing. It was great.
Oh, cool. But the chordal stuff, I find, you know, when you guys get all chordal,
I've got a mate
playing
that's
all that stuff.
I didn't
just
do anything.
love
big into
that.
that. Marky Parker's into all that stuff.
Yeah, Marky Parky's great. Let me draw the next prize, guys.
So good.
This is for
So
our
the-
sexy t-shirt.
this is for the sexy t-shirt. The next prize is GLC3344 with your catchy username. Thank you so much. So, yeah, I love it. So GLC, I'm going to send you a message as well. I'll keep your message boxes open and I'll send the message after the stream so I can send you a slightly more polite message. So GLC 3344, if I can put my teeth back in. You've won a t-shirt. You will be able to choose the size and between black and white. And then Ballbag, you've won an album, Dave Bronte's album. It's signed for you. And you also win the prize for the best username ever. Okay, so next thing we've got to do, guys, is our poll jam.
Oh yeah.
I have a feeling I know which track has won as well. Seeing as last time I looked at it, it was. Let's have a look. Yeah.
Cool.
Finally, after maybe 3 or 4 guitar hours with this in, the up-tempo Satriani track in A minor has won.
Yeah.
I love this track.
It's a great one.
This is fantastic. It's shred central. This track is super easy. There are a couple of chords in it. There's an A section and a B section
Not for me.
and a C section, but you really, really don't need to know what they are.
Okay.
This is an A minor shred fest, basically. Although it's good for melodies as well. Very good for melodies. This backing track is from My Darn Jam Tracks that we've looked at before, and again, I need to subscribe to this channel because I haven't yet. You guys do too. My Darn Jam Tracks. So, guys, are we ready?
Let's check that. I'm not going to clip, so I've turned a different pedal on.
Go for it. If anything, you're a little bit quiet. Can I very quickly borrow your tuner again? I'll do it while someone else is playing.
So, what's the order?
Beebee first,
Sure.
and we'll go which way around? That way?
Yeah.
We'll go that way around. Alright guys, this is only 4 minutes long, so we'll go around it a couple of times. Okay.
Everyone's got a tremolo arm apart from me.
Should we swap guitars?
Oh god.
That actually
Sounds amazing, that
go around one more time. Starting with Mr. Beebee.
Beebs.
Squeeze it.
Squeeze it. Nice track, Dave. What on earth was that ridiculous tapping thing towards the end? Like string skipping octave?
It's really simple. It's just you got
Really simple.
you got that pentatonic, which is E.
Okay.
The Jennifer Batten thing. She does that.
It's, I think I nicked it off Greg Howe actually. And then it's you go and you just jump around. I can't do it now. I'm thinking about it.
Jump up, jump up, jump around.
Oh yeah, okay.
I knew it was this.
Yeah, so it's kind of that. So basically,
guys.
Maybe it isn't a great
It's
card
dead
thing.
simple, Dan.
Dead simple.
It's well, the concept of it's dead simple.
You make it sound easy though. It's an awesome. It's look at.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, guys. So we hope you enjoyed that as well. We certainly did. That was seriously good fun. Good choice, people. Good
Yeah.
choice. I've been wanting that track for weeks now. Okay, so we're going to do our Q&A section. So let's go into that.
Q&A.
Again, there's no transition for this, so we'll just be straight in. So we've got quite a few questions, so we're going to have to try and rush through these a little bit because we're an hour and 15 minutes. Have you got it, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll read them out. So Jason Blackwell asks, what apps do you use on your respective smartphones? Tom mentioned the metronome, etc. What other apps would you suggest? Keep up the good work, Jason Blackwell. Now this refers to the last guitar where he talks about switching your phone off. Or making it back into a phone as opposed to an internet device. But he made a very good point, which is that yes, that's a good idea, except that there's loads of apps on there that are useful as well. So maybe if we list a couple of apps each, unless we run out. So I use iReal Pro, it's called now.
What is that?
So we all use that. And I use Drum Genius as well, which I think we've mentioned before, which is a great drum app. So Drum Genius and iReal Pro. Anything else you guys use?
I use Pro Metronome, and the cool thing with Pro Metronome is you can set it to speed the click up in increments of bars or minutes. So if you're practicing something at 120 and you want to get to 220, then it just clicks up every few bars and like
Fantastic.
Lock in. Love that.
Anything else?
Audio Stretch is one I used to use on my iPad before it broke.
What, for
The
transcribing?
iPad, yeah. So it's kind of like you've got the big sort of wave form in the middle, and you can set loops and you can scroll with your finger. So if you kind of got your guitar in one hand and you're trying to figure out what the next note is, you can literally just scroll through every single note.
So it's really intuitive. You mean you can sort of scrub through the
audio?
Scrub
through the audio.
Oh my god, that makes life so easy.
So you can split it up and slow it down and play it in loops, but you can actually, just do that.
What's that one called again?
Audio Stretch.
Is it
Audio
paid
Stretch.
app?
I think so. It's not expensive though.
No, they never are.
About £5 or £6. It's nothing.
Okay,
really.
I'm going to get that. That's amazing.
So there's a few that I use. iReal, obviously, that's big fan of that. And then there's one called Harmonics and Metronomics, made by the same people. So Metronomics is an awesome metronome that I use. Tried a lot of them, but that one's my favourite. And then Harmonics is like an ear training app, which has got some really useful exercises in.
How's it spelled? Is it spelled how you'd expect?
Yeah, with ICS at the end, so Harmonics. And one final one is the Apple Music Memos. I was telling Dave about this. I forgot to show you.
No, I don't know about this.
This is pretty incredible. So people watching may know, but you can record. I'll do it now and see how it sounds. So very, very quickly. So you can just record a chord sequence, and it will automatically put drums to it and a bass line.
Oh, like the trio pedal, did you say, mate?
Yeah, sort of. So, so if I just hit record, it will should wait until it hears a sound. So. Should have figured that out. So it's transcribed the chords.
No.
And then it will put drums and bass to it.
Can you put it up to the maximum?
It hasn't worked out. It does.
It's not the best scenario for it.
So if you're recording chords to it, you can toggle the bass and drums, and it will. I mean, it has got the chords right. Yeah, A minor, F, C, G.
Wow, even that is useful.
And it matches to you, because the thing is, it doesn't need to. It analyses your playing and then puts the bass and drum MIDI to that.
Why do I get a horrible feeling that since that's made by Apple, it's only available on iOS devices?
Correct. Yeah. So it's actually it's only for
damn it,
only for iOS, but it's very good. They brought it out as a response to people, a lot of famous musicians saying they use like you do, like voice memos for singing ideas into it. So you can sing ideas into it, or you can play chords, piano, single notes, and it will sort of put back into.
Should we try it with a really complex progression?
I'm sure it's not going to. Is it pop songs essentially?
Yeah, no, I'm joking. Yeah. Okay, cool. So that's a few ideas for you. How do you pronounce this name? Rodaya, maybe. Rodaya. Okay, sorry, we pronounced your name completely horribly. Hey guys, love the Guitar Hour crack. Definitely Irish. Thanks for sharing some. Or possibly, yeah. Some questions if you have time. Is the legend of Time Wood a myth? What's the difference? We're going to totally avoid that question.
Yeah, for now.
Just because, maybe for next season, because it's too big a topic. Yeah, and also it's a very controversial topic as well.
You should get a guitar builder on.
Okay, next question. There's quite a few here. Thoughts on premium equipment in practical situations? Is it worth the investment? Who's really going to know how much a Strat, Les Paul, delay pedal, etc. cost? Now, Dave, you have an interesting take on this for this week, don't you?
What in terms of what I bought?
Yes.
With my
Exactly.
my trying to avoid tax expenditure money. So I went out and bought a 5-string bass and I went into the shop. I tried a Fender Jazz USA, £1,300, and tried the Squier Fender Jazz 5-string 355, and the Squier sounded and played better for a lot less money. So I'd say trust your ears, but I can't get my head around that, to be honest.
I think you've got to. The only way you can do it is to go into the shop and try the guitars. If the one that you pick off the shelf is the one that you like, then figure out if it's worth £1,000 more than the one that is £300 and plays almost as good. It's totally up to what happens on the day, and that's exactly what you did.
Oh
with
yeah,
this.
I went into Guitar, remember the name that time, thinking I was going to get a modern. Like that was it in my head, was just a modern. That was the one, and then this completely blew me away. And then it's like nearly £1,000 cheaper.
I think the rule is when I'm buying gear is trust your ears, get to know the stuff you've got, and in terms of pro audio stuff, I think, is it going to save me money and allow me to be more productive? So my Torpedo Live is an example of something that's pro gear, but it saves me so much time, like with the reload and the live, that it's earned the money back. So in that case, I'd say yes.
It's a really interesting question, because I think there's a level that you can get to where it just becomes, like I often refer to it as like porno gear, but then there is also a level that's actually a professional tool to do a professional job.
Yeah.
And
It
as
needs
you're
to be
saying,
reliable. Is
exactly,
the thing.
like
Yeah.
I think that you can go at a once you get to a certain price bracket, much above that is about how it makes you feel, how you look, the aesthetic of it. But there's still something to be said for having a tool that will fulfil the job. I mean, I've struggled previously with much lower end sort of guitars around the and they can be great for learning on, and certainly great for gigging on, but they just show the wear and tear a bit sooner. So I've got a couple of PRS SEs that are great guitars, but they've just taken a real battering over time, where hopefully this won't sort of suffer in the same way from the treatment.
Yeah, I'll just say one quick thing about that is this sort of price versus quality kind of thing is when people come to me who their kids have started lessons and think, what shall I buy them? It's like, well, if you spend like 20 quid on something from Argos, it's probably going to not stay in tune, it's going to be horrible to play, and it's going to be discouraging. But don't go and spend 700 quid because they might not take to it. So it's kind of like finding something that does what you need it to do comfortably and is reliable.
Yeah, I'd just say buying something that's going to motivate them to practice.
Yeah,
mainly
exactly.
something that looks really ace.
Yeah, well, that's always what I used to say to people. I used to say, buy a guitar that they want to pick up, that they can't resist, basically.
Exactly.
If you buy them some reasonably decent...
refer to it as a dog.
Yeah, basically, they're not going to want to pick it up because it's not cool, and kids are all about what's cool. Okay, although that wasn't really the question, but it's still important. What measures... We've got to get through these really quick, guys, so just short answers to these. What measures do you guys take to protect your ears? I don't, and I should.
Earplugs on stage?
I don't, and I should, but I do have some earplugs occasionally.
ACS, moulded earplugs.
Yeah, well, I'm similar to you. I've got ACS in-ear monitors, but I don't use them very often, and I should do much more.
It's a really tough one, but I'd say you've got to find a way to work.
If you're playing loud a lot,
If you're stood next to a drummer smashing his cymbals, you're gonna seriously do yourself.
I'll tell you a very, very quick story that might scare you into doing it. I once had a jam that you were at. You remember this jam?
I do. I was playing.
I hadn't known Dave very long. Dave was playing drums. He did a really good job. And a friend of ours, a mutual friend of ours, was playing far too loud.
Yeah.
And I woke up the next day completely deaf in my right ear for about 3 days. And it was terrifying.
Yeah.
Absolutely terrifying. So my hearing came back, but I am this ear is, if I hold a phone to either ear, I can hear significantly better in my left ear than my right ear now. So just don't do it. Just wear ear protection. Okay, we got one more question in this series, which is actually really interesting and might actually be an important topic for later. So really short answers, because I have a feeling I know what the answer is going to be. What measures do you guys take to protect your years, as in pension schemes and insurances? I have musical instrument insurance for the gear for myself. Nothing, and I really need to sort that out.
Nothing.
I have it now because obviously when the van got stolen.
Yeah.
Oh,
insurance. No, what are you talking about? Insurance?
Musician insurance.
Talking about
that's not what I'm talking about. Pension schemes. And things
I
for
don't
the
have
future.
pension.
No. So
right.
don't do what we're doing.
Yeah.
I will get one because this
Yes.
year is the first. I'm not some criminal. this year is the first year I'll be paying tax because of like
Yeah, no,
earnings and stuff.
we understand. That's totally legitimate, guys.
So,
Cruise ship work. And
once
all
I
that
know what, because if you're out of the country for longer than 6 months, 6 months in the day, you don't.
It's all right.
pay
You don't
tax.
need to explain.
Anyway,
It's all legit.
I'm not pulling a
It's all
Harrison Ford.
legitimate.
For the fugitive, it's not an actual.
Oh, I was going to say you have to be very specific about what you say there.
So this year I will know how much I actually earn in a year, and then I will take. I'll take.
It's a very interesting question. We maybe will get into that a little bit when because I need to investigate that a lot. Neil Jones, is this the Neil Jones?
I think it is.
Okay, this is directed at David
Smiley
Beebee.
man himself.
What's your usual method for transcribing, David? Do you use software to slow things down? It's definitely a weak spot in Neil's practice. Neil's a phenomenal player, plays all sorts of instruments to a very high level, and a super cool guy.
This was off the back of my transcription of Kreisberg's Stella. I think there was a comment on that he asked this. And I basically use a software called AnyTune. It's a Mac iOS app, similar. I think you can sort of scrub through it, slow it down, change the pitch. I use that, and then Guitar Pro, mostly just getting things down in.
Yep.
Just slow it down if it's really hard. And,
I had to transcribe a load of my own stuff over the past week or so, and it's fans have gone on. You know what that means?
It means
it's near the end of the guitar hour.
Yeah.
And it was absolutely painful. I hated it. So, but yeah, generally I'm the same as you. I'll use, I'll actually stick it in Studio One or Cubase and slow it down that way.
I went
I use
through.
Station.
I've got. I used that audio stretch. That was really good.
That sounds
and then
great.
I put it down in because you can have it separate to your. You can have your iPad on.
Whoever's that is, can you switch it off possibly?
Which one?
It's me.
Just until we play.
Yeah, because you have your iPad on. If you working at your computer, you can have your iPad on this side, scrub through the tunes, type it into your computer.
Barry Sears wants to know if you've got a Panama bank account.
Panama. Offshore accounts.
Oh dear, hilarious.
No. What was I going to say then? Oh, I found it the other day actually. I did go through a time of having a little notebook with like little riffs, and it'll say like Martin Miller, Fresh Ducks, 33 seconds, and kind of a description of it.
Oh yeah, you see your little thing of licks to transcribe.
So you can go back and get it
You've told me
later.
this before, yeah.
But what I'm finding more now is that I'm listening to more of the same style of music, and I'm hearing vocab easier. So it's kind of like transcribing. It's just you've not figured it out yet. If that makes sense. You just
yeah, definitely.
Okay, Matthew Van Dorf asks, we've got 2 more questions, guys, we're nearly there, the last one's hilarious. Hey Guitar Hour, in one of your old videos I remember Tom talking about how he used to have a hard time playing the blues because it doesn't make too much sense theoretically. I get caught in this over-analytical mindset, or overly analytical mindset sometimes as well, especially when it comes to the blues. Any tips on getting past this? I would try and rely on your ears as much as possible and develop your ears so that so that if you hear a phrase you can play it, and it's something I do less of these days than I used to. I should do more of it. Because I used to have a horrible time playing over blues, even a 3-chord blues, because I wanted to have a reason why those 3 chords work together so that I could play over it.
Yeah.
I was a very science guy. I still am, but I wanted the logic behind it.
You've got to let go of that harmonic
You
ranger
absolutely
kind
have to
of.
do. And that's where vocabulary comes. Yeah, totally. Well, I do that all the time. It's where vocabulary comes in and learning and transcribing.
Get deep into a style and just do that for ages. Yeah. Like if you're going to do blues, then just go and play a lot of blues and don't ask why it works. Know where it works and then worry about that kind of stuff later. Because you don't want to be the guy that goes, you can't play that note. But it sounds good, but you can't because it's not allowed over that chord.
Absolutely.
Like, well, that's bullshit.
Yeah. And if you go down that total kind of science theoretical route only, you're going to be very confused when you hear guys like Dan play who play super tasty stuff that is kind of there's an extra element to the understanding and the hearing that you won't get by just being a theory guy and trying to understand things in that way. Developing your ear allows you to play with much more taste and sophistication than you'll get just from the theoretical side. Don't get me wrong, I'm totally obsessed with harmony, totally obsessed. Jacob Collier's breaking my brain at the moment, but the oral side of things is possibly more important, I would say.
Directing to your website, don't you have a blues tutorial or something?
Yeah, I do have a blues tutorial. You could check that out as well, but I would definitely recommend singing and transcribing and
listening as well.
listening.
Yeah, listening.
Kyle Green, this is the best question ever. Hey guys, what are your favourite pre-show curries? Mine is a thing called a Guja Khan special, which is lamb on the bone with an amazing sauce. I don't know even what's in the sauce, but it's lamb on the bone basically in a curry sauce with pilau rice. I'm hungry now.
Mine's chicken tikka mincemeat masala balti.
Wow, that's like 3 curries in one.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing, nice one, Dave.
Mine is a lamb brochan.
Oh, that's new to me.
It's from Shadwell Tandoori around the corner.
Excellent.
Very well.
What was that? We had a paneer.
Dan likes a
cheesy curry.
You say a Dan sack.
Dan's sack in the curry.
Oh.
No. Dan likes the hottest file known to man.
Yeah, some kind of paneer thing.
Paneer. Love it. Paneer is amazing. Alright guys, so that is it for this guitar hour. We've run over a little bit, except we haven't run over that much actually, because we had quite a lengthy kind of pause at the beginning of the show. So, as usual, is there anything to announce, guys? Yeah, next week our stream is back on Thursday again. Does anyone know what the date next Thursday is? You can probably work it out quicker than me. The 14th of April. We're going to be joined by our super special guest. We're not announcing it just yet, because we want to kind of build a little bit of hype, and we're going to announce it online, and you guys will go nuts, basically. It's going to be absolutely awesome.
Oh, come on.
So, yes. Dave's desperate to tell everybody.
Down, Dave.
Calm down.
Yes. Let's play the theme tune.
Let's rock out.
So let's play the theme tune, guys. And as usual, as soon as this is done, we will say our goodbyes, and we will see you next time. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, sorry. From tomorrow.
Thanks for following Gazmoza, by the way.
We'll put it on the Facebook page.
Yeah, we'll still got it on the Facebook page, but yeah, listen,
Okay.
get this in your ears.
Right, I hope I can remember this.
You ready?
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. See you soon, guys. Thanks, Jason Spell, for following.